He's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend, he's the scientist with all the answers and all the questions. It's time for another episode of Alex's Science Corner.
Thank you. No, please, thank you. Darnell, I don't want your nudity. Okay?
So what is going on in the wide world of science, my friend?
First up is a news article that you've probably seen in a lot of places this week. NASA on Wednesday announced that another set of exoplanets have been found around a star known as TRAPPIST-1. Now, the fun part about this is they found 7 aliens. Sorry about that.
Wow, a mere 10 seconds into the bid.
Give him a chance.
Let me start again. Thank you. The star has 7 planets around it that they found, and all of them are rocky worlds, and 3 of them are within the habitable zone of the star. This is a very, very dim star. The planets are very close in. The nearest planet that they found orbits the star in about a day and a half. The farthest planet orbits between 2 to 3 weeks. It takes it for it to orbit around the sun. That means its year is about 2 or 3 weeks long. And the 3 planets that are in the habitable zone orbit between 4 to 9 days around the star. So this is a very small star that they're orbiting. Yes? I could just see you've got a question.
I have no question yet.
Okay.
He was just pulling the mic to get,
I know, but he's got that. I've got something to say, but
Get ready for inappropriate comment.
so
Not from me.
Never.
So the planets, the 3 planets that are in the habitable zone, have a potential to have liquid water on them. There's a bunch of challenges still. First of all, even though they are this close and in the habitable zone, the star may be putting out enough radiation at that distance that there's other things that could cause atmospheres to be wiped away from the planet. They are probably tidally locked, which means the same face of the planet is always facing the star. So one side's going to cook, the other side's going to freeze on these planets. And there's some news organizations that said, they're Earth-like. And so they show these various pictures of Earth around a star. And right now, the researchers who found these planets don't know that for sure. They just know that they found the planet. They're going to have to do a lot more studying to see if they can start spotting the atmospheres, if they have atmospheres.
How long will it take us to get there?
This is about 40 light years away. So it would take, if you're traveling at the speed of light, it would take about 40 years. Since we are nowhere near traveling at the speed of light, it's going to take a little bit longer than that. And I'm going to go on.
Darnell is trying
My
to
God,
himself.
are you suffering from something right now, Darnell?
No, let's move on.
Hey, we'll call a doctor. If you need a doctor, I can see the face.
So many comments.
Your self-control is quite amazing.
Boy, I wish we had the webcam.
Not hidden. We know his self-control is being tested. The next is about a brain study that was done about, as you know, there different parts of your brain focus on different tasks. Like there's one part of your brain that focuses on vision, one part of your brain focuses on hearing, one part of your brain focuses on speech, etc. But even with that, these different sections of the brain still interconnect. And so what these researchers did in studying the brain, you can use this special tool, and I got to get the name right. It's called a TMS, or transcranial magnetic stimulation. It's the super powerful magnet that can temporarily neutralize part of the brain or have it stop sending signals back and forth. And what they found is that a certain part of your brain. You've got a language part of your brain, but there's also part of your brain that controls motor functions. And what these guys did is they're able to disable the motor function of the brain, and you lose the ability to understand certain words that involve motor control.
Now we know that they've been practicing this on Darnell.
Oh, yes.
We can tell.
Yes. Yes. For example, Darnell has lost complete motor control. Or actually bowel control. Let's go ahead and admit that right
He
now.
wants to say the word caca, but he just can't because he's lost all motor control.
So what it is, there's the part of the motor control they were able to jam the motor control part of the brain. So for example, the phrase "I'm going for a walk." Walk is something that you do with your body. It's motor control tasks. So when they disable this part of the brain, you're going to hear, "I'm going to go for a blank, 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 blank." You're not going to understand the word walk when they disabled the motor control part. If you're talking about something with hands or gripping and they turn off the... He is so gone.
I'm waiting for him to
He is so gone.
keep going while you still can.
I'm trying to be good here.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because we still got your bit to do, so you just settle down over there.
So the part of the brain, so what they found is that certain words, you don't understand certain words because the motor control portion of your brain is what interprets those words. And you can understand other words, but when they disable the motor control portion of your brain, you lose the ability to understand motor control words. And the brain has specific areas, but they're also very interconnected with other parts of the brain.
Does motor control your mouth too? I mean, because is that part of your speech?
The motor control will control the movement of the mouth. So any kind of, again, the part they're talking about is understanding of words. So if you're going to say, "I'm going to walk," they turn off the motor control part of the brain. You understand all the words in that sentence except walk.
Can you still walk?
Well, they're testing it in this MRI system, so you're not moving around. This is also, they're just studying language control. Or language interpretation. So there's a lot of other stuff that they're doing on this particular article. They're talking about studying language and how our brain interprets language.
All right, so is that how they found how Viagra works? You know, turn that part on.
I think that's blood. I think that's blood flow.
That's blood flow.
Blood flow.
That has nothing to do with language.
But it's a motor skill, isn't it?
It's a little more of an autonomic reaction that you get from that.
I had to just one.
Let's wrap this one up.
Yeah.
All right.
And again, the end of the bit is signaled by Darnell.
Final thoughts, Alex.
Hey, at least he kept it quiet
Yeah.
until the end.
Oh, yeah. I've got no more thoughts available.
I said nothing about aliens and anything like that.
No. I get. Well, this is the chance for you to combine the two because now you'd be talking about
You're-
sex with aliens.
Exactly.
Your
Because you'd not be able
self-control
to talk about sex with aliens because you won't understand.
Your self-control is admirable.
Where was this article published?
These two articles were both
And
published
Bobby
in
has
Science
to-
Daily.
And Bobby
I'm
has,
trying to bring us back to sanity here.
and I'm trying to wrap it up. So,
In
Bobby,
other words, Brian's part of the bit is it's time to close the bit.
that is my bet.
Please.
So, without further questions, we're going to throw it out to the audience at large that's out there in Radio Land. Feel free to call Alex right now and ask him about anything about these stories or anything else at 203
837
99.
2-4.